Hey guys, good morning. It's Policy Mabani, Forex Academy. I would like to take you through what I've been assessing with the court report that was released previous week. I'll just slide so that you could go through the disclaimer, and based on previous week court reports, I will be highlighting the important numbers to watch and how the market changes based on the commitments of the banks. Now I will start with the dollar index, starting from the week of 10th, and then with the reference I'll be taking you through with the chart so that you could see what I'm talking about. If we look into the dollar index for the week of 10th of August, we see that the longs were higher from the previous week, and then the shorts were also higher. But if you look deep, you will see that the shorts were kept steady. As you can see, they were decreased on the week of 7th, and then they started to pile them on the previous week of the week of 28th, meaning with the shorts they are steady, but look into the longs from 35k to 36, then they dropped them on the 6th of September, but they added more longs on the week of 28th, meaning the longs are growing. And if we look into our chart, starting from the week of 10th, we said that the shorts were kept steady. That's when we saw this movement, and then with the longs were increased, and then from the previous week it was with this movement, meaning we see the market being bullish on this dollar index based on the reports that we have received. And then we can't ignore the movement of these net positions that are growing from the 18th case to the 26th case, meaning the big banks are increasing their positions on longs. And then if we look into the euro, we see the market was decreasing their longs from 212Ks, and then they started to drop, and they kept them steady till we see the shorts as they were increased from 176 178 Ks into the 194. Now we see a bearish move from, as you can see, the bullish market was changing to the bearish, and then the net positions were starting to drop based on from the bullish to the bearish, and they are still dropping, giving us a clear indication that the big bands are starting to short this pair. As we can see, the market dropping from the highs to the lows. And then what I'll be looking for on this pair, guys, it's quite simple, and it is clear to us that the market wants to visit this area, and it might take weeks or months, or it can take us till December to reach this point, but we don't know. But by the look of things, they have cleared this area and they are trading below that area now. And as we are looking to short this pair, we are looking for any rejection that the market might give us. And on the current movement, we see the rejection with these two pins against those who were buying, and we see a lot of traders being trapped. And then as we see the market starting to drop, that's give us a clear indication that we are looking to go short. And then as I proceed with the pot going to British pound, we look into the longs that were added. We see the market moving from 44k and then dropping to 29. Then if we look deeper into these reactions, we see the market on British pound getting steady, and that's what we have been seeing on the GBP USD, that the market is not giving us a clear move, and it's like a ship in the ocean whereby the wind is not that much to give us waves so that the ship can move in a certain direction. And then as we can see from the shorts, they have been increased drastically from 37k to 55k, and which is the highest based on the last that we got on the 24th of August, whereby we had the highest of the shorts. And as we can see, the market makers are adding more shorts than they are adding on the longs. And as we can see here that the market is still steady. There is one thing that I forgot to highlight on the dollar index. If we can see here, we had a steady market from the bearish that was bigger than the longs, and then we started to see the market shifting from bigger longs to less shorts. And as you can see here, they are piling on the longs than they are piling on the shorts. And then if we look into euros also, they don't give us a clear indication, but if you see the dollar index going longer, you will already know that the euro USD will short. And then with the Japanese yen, the market makers have been steady on longs, and they have been starting to decrease on the longs, and then they have been adding more shorts than they are doing on longs. And then on CAD, Canadian dollar, which is CAD, we see the market moving from higher longs to bigger shorts. And then as you can see, they are removing all the longs that were increased on their positions, and then they start to pile in the shorts. And as we can see here, instead of the market that was bullish, as you can see here with the evidence that the longs were much higher than the shorts, and then the market was bullish, and then it's changed to more shorts than the longs. And then with the AUD USD Australian dollar, we see the market moving from bigger longs to smaller longs positions. And then as you can see here, that they are piling in the shorts, meaning we must see the Australian dollar dropping. And then as we go to NZD USD or New Zealand dollar, from this week we see that the market has been kept steady with the longs, and also they have been decreasing the shorts. And then the market doesn't show us a clear indication where they are taking the market to. With the CHF Swiss franc, they have been closing all the longs, and then they have been increasing the shorts. And what we should expect to see is the market dropping. But remember this, when you see the dollar index rising, you should see the same with this pair. And then going with the rand, South African rand, the longs have been kept steady, and then also with the rand has been kept steady with the shorts, and we expect to see the market rising. With Bitcoin, it doesn't give us a clear indication, since we see that the shorts are increasing more than the longs. And then the pair that I was looking for is this one, that we see the market dropping the longs from the 311k to 293. And then if we look into the shorts, they have moved the shorts from the highest that we had with 188, and then I want to refer this with the chart. With the goal that we had, remember on this week where we have let me put in this, it was of the week of 10th of August, and then on that week we had 10th of August we had the highest shorts that we had in the market. And then if we look into the chart, that was this movement for that week of the 10th. This was the report with this move of the bullish, of the bearish. And then if we look deeper into that court report that was released, we see the market compiling more shorts than they are doing on the longs. And then the market is changing from the steady movement, and then becomes if we can see the longs here, guys, they are still dropping. It has dropped from 60 because it was kept steady here, and then as you can see here on shorts, they are increasing from 19th 22 25, meaning we see a positive reaction from the that they are waiting on the shorts. As we can see, the short are increasing, and then we are expecting a drop, at least if the market can come and test this area. With the NFP coming on Friday, I'll be expecting them to take out this area. I hope you enjoy this video, guys. Hi Papa Tree.